Good evening, everyone. Hassan, how are you? Happy question.
Hi.
There seems to be some suggestion for the game that some of your players were ill or sick and that Sander Berge was ruled out. Can you just explain that?
It was a virus in nowhere. The training ground start with some players and of course some staff members too. And something that can happen. I would not like to really to start the press conference in this way because it looks like is the easiest explanation or the easiest way to go to find excuses, and is not really my way. But of course was a completely weird week from ourselves. Apart from some big players for us, they are out really from through injured, because we have Sessegnon, Alex, of course Kenny coming back not in conditions, and Kevin too. We had this weird week from ourselves. That is the reason why Sander was not even in the squad list, and some players that they started the game, they had a completely different week. Some of them they didn't even have 3 sessions during this week, but is what it is. We started with 11. Is not the reason why first half we are not at the level that we should be.
Was it, what sort of virus? Was it just a sickness or?
Yes, a sickness, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And did any of the players who started have it or fail?
I will not really to make any explanations about it. It was weird week, but simple as that. Much better if not happen, but when happen is not going to be an excuse for us. Looking to the game and talking about the game, that is the most important thing. Of course, we have to congratulate Arsenal for the 3 points, but we made their life too easy. That the first half, the way we are not at the level that this type of game demands from ourselves. One thing that is making us to be a team that is always hard to play against, because you are always very competitive, you are always brave. We have a clear identity how to play, and during the first half, all these aspects they were not on the pitch, and we expected Arsenal to start in the way they did it. We plan to try to start strong too, and to try to express ourselves, to spread ourselves on the pitch. Sometimes it's not easy to set your game straight away when you come for this type of places. Their quality, their capacity to press, they let the game to go for individual markings. That is not easy sometimes to beat. And come that moment that you have to be strong in some individual duels. You have to be able to hold the ball. You have to be able to beat your man. And of course, off the ball, we have to do the basics well. And this afternoon, if you look the way we conceded the 3 goals during the first half, we are not at the level that Premier League demands from you. I'm not talking about the game against Arsenal. Premier League demands from you the way we are not able to defend the box like we should defend, and to be strong enough in that type of moments. And that was the reason why first half was a big frustration from us and disappointing performance from ourselves in all aspects of the game. And Arsenal was always, we are the second best in almost everything during the first half. Clear conversation at half time. The message was clear for them. Okay, it was our obligation. The minimum we should have done is to do completely different things second half. We did it, but it was too late already, and the damage was there.
Nick, at the back there, please. Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi.
You were just saying you're disappointed with the way you played in the first half. Mikel Arteta said that could be the best Arsenal played in the first half all season. So is it more about them or more about you? Okay,
Mikel, as normal, is going to analyze his side. I'm going to analyze our side. Is not disrespectful at all from my side, and from my opinion, we were not at the level that, not the game like this demands that we are at all. We were not at the level, of course, and we have many examples. You already played many times under myself here, and if you compare one thing with the other, you cannot see a team that wants to compare. Of course, football game is always like that. Sometimes one team play what the other allow, and if you want my opinion, we allow too much for them. We make the life too easy for them during the first half.
Question from here.
I like how you're getting into the match details, but throughout, especially in the first half, you guys were caught a lot in the transitions, and there were loads of space in between the lines. Could you tell me exactly what potentially was the reason for your structure breaking down?
I understand your question. Sometimes if you want to go, of course, to go for a game like this one and you want to press high, you want to go to match them in moments, of course, you have to be all together and you have to go. You are missing. They try to mix up a little bit our three midfielders. If you see the way the boy or Rice, they drop to make the three at the back and the other to move behind our midfielders. We took a little bit of time to understand that who is going to be the central defender to squeeze in and after to go. But to be honest, was not the reason. Not the reason why they beat in that first pressure ourselves. That was the reason for them to score the 3 goals. Just look for the way we defend our box in the 3 goals. First one starts from a set piece, 1v1 on the side. You have to control the striker in a completely different way. The third goal is the same. You have 2 against 1 inside the box. You have to control the striker and look for the second goal, more or less the same thing. 2 against 1 on the side. They let Saka to go behind. Many explanations that I can give you now, I'm not going to give. I keep for ourselves. Of course, you are going to analyze the game because it's important for us to analyze, like we do always when we win or not. We have a big one next week, another big one in the fight that we are for the European places, and we have to not to forget this one quick, analyze quick, put on the side, and after to go for the next one.
Would it be more of the case where you're tweaking these issues, or would it be reverse of the aggressive man-marking style you're applying today?
No, I think we planned the game in one way. We knew that is going to happen from Arsenal. We planned the game in our way to go and try to be aggressive and to give some steps forward in the first moments of the game. I really believe that if you look, they started better than us, and it can happen. You don't set your game. You come here. It's not easy to set your game straight away. You are going to be under pressure in some moments. We know that this type of game is normal. You are going to have a ball around your box. Some moments, probably more moments than normal. And of course, the basic things you have to do well, the way you are going to defend your box, the way you are going to defend some duels, and we're second best in almost everything first half.
All the best with Europe.
Thank you very much.
I was going to ask you about Europe actually. Do you still feel that that's on for you this season? And given what's at stake today, was it disappointing that it was so flat?
Okay, but if I go 8 days back to you are going to think in a different way, the way we beat Villa, the way we were really on it, the way we performed so well there. Of course, if you ask me, I expected much more from ourselves, but we lost 3 games. We didn't lose the goal. The goal still open there, is there for us to fight for. If you ask me if you are going to be at the same level, that should be impossible, because if you are going to be at the same level, I'm going to say to you that we don't have any chance. We have to go back for things that are important in our team, and I'm not saying that they were things that we did 2 months or 3 months ago. 8 days ago, we were in a very good level. We won a game clear at home. We perform at very, very good level, and just we have to do the same things again to win the next one. And of course, they are going to be massive, big 3 points for us that we have to win to keep in the fight.
One final question, Jack, please. Thank you.
Just an update on Smith Rowe has come up injured. Is there any update there?
Looks like cramp. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.